we're back. This is BuzzChomp, home of fitness and entertainment. We're breaking down some Game of Thrones fan theories in the lead up to season 8. Woo! I'm Mandy.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
BuzzChomp.
Woo! Jon Snow is the prince who was promised and has to kill Daenerys. The prince who was promised is mentioned in the books a couple of times, and it's mentioned in the show a couple of times. Melisandre actually thinks that Stannis Baratheon is the prince who was promised. Basically, the story goes that the prince who was promised, chosen by the Lord of Light, needs to basically defeat darkness, right? And to defeat the darkness, the prince needs his or her sword, Lightbringer. To get the energy and the magic into the sword, they have to stab it into the one that they love's heart. So, the theory here is that Jon, being brought back by the Lord of Light, right? Being brought back by the Lord of Light is the prince who was promised, and he'll have to stab Daenerys in her heart. With all these fan theories, I'm like, yes, this is possible. This one is possible. This is like my least favorite of the fan theories we're going to be discussing on the channel. So make sure you come back from. Just because I don't see Daenerys dying by Jon Snow. I see Daenerys pregnant, and if she dies, it'll be through childbirth, and she'll be like releasing her baby into the world, having that baby that she said she wasn't going to be able to have. So my whole thing is that they're going to have a baby together. However, maybe she's dying, and maybe this is a way for them to defeat the White Walkers, and Jon Snow stabs it in Daenerys, and that's that. It's also been talked about that Daenerys could be the prince who was promised, because that Red Priestess comes to her and claims her to be that. I don't want this one to be true. I don't. I want Daenerys and Jon Snow to rule together, to create a dynasty, to be this power couple in Westeros after they defeat the undead, after they defeat Cersei Lannister, have a little baby, and have the Starks ruling the north with Sansa up in the north, and have Daenerys and Jon Snow in King's Landing together ruling, bringing together the 7 kingdoms, and it all, that's how I want it to end. I don't want Jon Snow to have to kill Daenerys. I don't want Daenerys to have to kill Jon Snow. I don't want any of that. Now, there is a possibility here that what if the thing that Jon Snow loves isn't Daenerys, and it's like Ghost, and he has to kill his direwolf? We could see that happening, guys. We could see that happening. Anything is possible in Game of Thrones. Anything is possible, guys. I want a happy ending, but there's no reason that we're going to get a happy ending. I think they're going to defeat the White Walkers. I do. But there's nothing here that says that Jon and Daenerys are going to be together forever and all of that. I hope. But this would be a not so happy ending for me, but it's quite possible. I'm Mandy. Subscribe to BuzzChomp for more of our Game of Thrones theories, new videos leading up to the premiere in April. Comment below. What do you think of this one? Do you think Jon will kill Daenerys? Yeah, kids. Yeah. Thanks for watching BuzzChomp.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Share.
Woo.